investigate militia. That can't be my work. Not long ago, I heard a member say here that those who have been killed were not killed by police. Then it means they were killed by non-police persons who could only be part of a militia. Yeah, so whoever is responsible can investigate for us and tell us who are these militia. Madam Speaker, let me say this, that if you want to make this country retain its status in the community of nations, we must be very careful about what is happening currently. And the National Police Service has over the years been known to be a service of repute. It cannot be allowed to descend to the level it is currently descending. Madam Speaker, you cannot accuse helpless and armed citizens who are going about exercising their right under Article 37 of the Constitution and who, having been provoked by water cannons, by tear gas, by police truncheons, by bullets, defend themselves. Because the right to defense is also acknowledged, not only nationally but also internationally. Madam Speaker, today we are talking about people throwing stones in defense of their rights to demonstrate. One day they may graduate from stones to something else. That is when you will realize that peace is a very precious commodity, Madam Speaker. The Honorable Member for Gatanga is daring me to try. I think he doesn't know me. But let me tell you, Madam Speaker, this country has witnessed what has never been witnessed in the past 4 regimes. I have been lucky to live through those 4 regimes. Madam Speaker, the kind of brutality that has been meted out on innocent and armed citizens in the last couple of months is unprecedented. Those of us who lived under Jomo Kenyatta and lived under Daniel Moi, lived under Mwai Kibaki, lived under Uhuru Kenyatta are amazed at the kind of brutality that is being encouraged by officialdom. Madam Speaker, I said yesterday, and I want to repeat it today here, that you may gloat, you may be happy that this injustice is being meted against your so-called opponents. But tomorrow the same injustice will be meted against you. And I can tell you again that however long it takes, the authors of these atrocities, the givers of command, the commanders of these atrocities, the planners of these atrocities will have to be held to account. Madam Speaker, it might take 10 years, it might take 20 years or 30 years or even 100 years, Madam Speaker. We are aware, we know of people who have been tried and convicted posthumously, Madam Speaker. And that will happen one day. So for us, therefore, to move forward as a country, the issues the people are demonstrating against are not about Raila Odinga. They cannot be issues about Raila Odinga. Kenyans are simply tired. Kenyans are simply feeling overburdened. Kenyans are simply feeling pushed to the wall by unjust taxes, by punitive taxes that have been imposed by this regime. So Kenyans are in their right to demonstrate against those unjustified taxation measures. And that is what Kenyans are doing. They will do it today, they will do it tomorrow, they will do it tomorrow part 1, and they will do it up next year, whether Raila Odinga is involved or not. And therefore, this unnecessary obsession with one Raila Odinga must stop forthwith. Don't be overly obsessed with Raila Odinga. Deal with the problems that we have in the country. Once you are in power, regardless of how you came to power, it is your duty to solve Kenyan problems, not to scapegoat. Stop scapegoating. Deal with the problems of Kenyans. Stop scapegoating. Stop blaming Raila. Stop blaming Uhuru. And those who are talking about retirement.
Honorable Ruto, Honorable Sergon, Honorable Mureu. Order.
No, leave them for me. I'll deal with them. I can handle them. Madam Speaker, the solution to the current problem is not scapegoating. Face the problem squarely. If I were in power, I would deal with those problems. I would. Okay? But once your policies have failed or seem to be failing, stop venting your anger on helpless and armed Kenyan youth. Those youth you are killing require jobs, not bullets. Those youth that you are killing using the police and the militia require jobs that you promised them. Stop killing them. That is the message Kenyans are sending to you, Kenya Kwanza, Madam Speaker. And that message will be sent to you whether Raila Odinga is involved or not, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me end by saying this. You cannot solve a governance problem by using strong arm tactics, by deploying the police to hunt leaders. No amount of arrests, no amount of incarceration, no amount of intimidation can silence Kenyans. I can tell you. And you have got no enough space in the prisons to jail everybody. You can't. And you have got no enough bullets to kill all Kenyans. I can tell you. You will kill some today, and those who remain will continue to remind you of your failures. So you better go back, relax, and start governing for the time you are in power, before we remove you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yeah.
Other members, the next chance will go to the member for Thika.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, whatever we are discussing today is very important, and we need to address this matter once and for all. Madam Speaker, policemen and policewomen, they are human beings. They also have families at home. It's only that is their job, to be a police person. So when they come outside to protect businesses of people, or even to protect us, if you get a sling and a stone, and you can see that is a policeman in front of you, and then you hit him, don't you know you're also hitting a father or somebody's husband or somebody's child? And you know, when we are discussing about who was killed, as we are discussing how many people are killed, even a policeman is a person, and he doesn't deserve also to be killed. So when we come here to discuss this matter, and there's no way in this nation whoever condone militias to be coming out and taking advantage of demonstration so that they can be able to hurt others. What we saw on television, Madam Speaker, you don't wish anybody. What we saw policemen bleeding, being carried, being taken to the hospital, and it was not fair. If people want to demonstrate according to Article 37, do it in an orderly manner. Don't come out as thugs, criminals, snatching people's handbags, hurting them. It is not fair, Madam Speaker. You know, Madam Speaker, people are supposed to be demonstrating on the road. They are there going to school, hurting school-going children during demonstration. And they say that one is demonstration. Madam Speaker, people even pick a date to demonstrate. They don't care whether in 2 months' time, Form 4s will be sitting for their exams, Class 8 will be sitting for their exam, Grade 6 will be sitting for their exam. They are just there, they don't care about anybody else apart from themselves, whatever they want to benefit. But what we are telling them from our side, because we want this seat clean and fair, they sit, relax, enjoy, and they see us, Kenya Kwanza, leading this nation to greater heights, not coming to the streets of everywhere damaging roads. Madam Speaker, can you imagine? This road, Madam Speaker, it is the one I use. It is the one they use. When you are sick, the ambulances uses that road. When they are going to the airport, they use that road. And they are here, Madam Speaker, saying it is demonstration. Which demonstration? Destruction. Mass destruction. And I haven't seen anybody saying that that was wrong. They are very, very happy. Yeah, come out, they have succeeded. It's only that this time, the policemen and women said enough is enough. No more looting, no more destruction, and that is why people are crying. Policemen did only what they were supposed to be doing. Protect the lives of people and protect the businesses of people. There's nothing else they did. There's nothing wrong that they did. And Madam Speaker, you know, when it came to the Maandamano, the ring readers, they just came on the television, they said, we have 3 days of demonstration. I looked for the readers who had called for the Maandamano. I did not find them anywhere. They came up with a flu. Others admitted themselves in police, in the hospitals. Others took a trip to far away so that they cannot be held accountable. And they left men now demonstrating on the street. They left militias. Madam Speaker, people who come from my region, they don't want to hear the word militia. We know what it does to people. We know when the militias were there, what it did to our people. These are people who come, when you are on your way home, they attack you, they finish you. And that is exactly, Madam Speaker, what was happening in this town. Killings, people coming out, stealing life. They enter a supermarket. They rob that supermarket. They rob people on the way. And there's nobody who is talking about it. Those people in this town, you can imagine, Madam Speaker, we have just come up from a season of COVID-19. When businesses are starting to peak, then here you close your businesses for 3 days. And if you don't, we saw buses being torched. We saw matatus being torched. It is not fair, and there's nobody who is condemning that. And the readers are here saying, oh, we are suffering from flu, others they were aware. If you say you are calling for demonstration, come out and lead from front. Anyway, Madam Speaker, let me stop it there. Thank you, Madam Speaker.